Hello, welcome back. We're going to be reviewing Beastars Chapter 47, Only the Wind Knows. Last we left off, Juno was plotting and scheming, and I can't wait to figure out what she does. So, we are going to jump right into it. So, we have a nice color page here. May. Love transcends special barriers. The Meteor arc reaches its climax. Okay, so this is the end of it. Let's see how this goes. Will Juno win? Will she get curved? Let's find out. The pair of wolves is the center of attention. Everyone, please, etch the scene into your memory. What scene? Oh, Juno is going. She's going in hard on this. She's not messing around. She has every. Alright, look at the position she just put Legosi in. Literally ripped him away from Haru right as Haru was get. I'm assuming Haru was gonna tell him how she felt about him, right? And Legosi still had, you know, uh, what he had to say to Haru. He actually loves her because he didn't get the chance to say that, right? Gino's really getting in the way right now. And now people, like everyone's wondering who they are. Oh, it's the wolf. He's part of the drama club, stuff like that. So she's trying to reinforce the norm that they would be perfect together, right? Just because they're two gray wolves, and they're both like at the apex of their species, powerful carnivores. So, the day before the festival, he knew that his fellow schoolmate went missing. Ah, she's telling him the story. And spent the following night risking life and limb to save her. Even despite the recent tragedies that have happened, I want to show that this is what a carnivore is really made of. Their strength has amazing potential and absolutely splendor. No, no, you're wrong. Okay, so we're in Legosi's head right now. I've seen it with my own eyes how terrifying the feral instincts of carnivores are. Their hidden potential shouldn't be praised. There's not even a mite of splendor in it. Okay, I like I like this now, but at the same time, okay, so here's my 2 cents on this. Legosi is absolutely correct, but at the same time he's wrong. Like I don't know if his fight with the Shishigumi, like the Shishigumi is the absolute worst case scenario for any type of carnivore, right? I'm assuming there's more gangs out there other than lions, but this is the absolute worst type. To actually like prey on others who are alive for your own amusement, like what the Shishigumi boss was doing. And I like how Legosi he's not blind to that fact anymore. I like that he got to see firsthand what he could potentially turn into. Because mind you, at the beginning of the series, he almost ate Haru himself, right? And went on to pretend like it never happened until he was forced to meet Haru again and eventually confront his demons when she got taken, viewing her as prey, so almost succumbing to his instinct, subconsciously viewing her as his food the entire time, right? So I like that Legosi's aware of his instincts here. Juno, on the other hand, Juno doesn't have that type of experience. She hasn't seen what Legosi has seen. All right, so but Juno's right when she said there's strength in the carnivore. There's potential in their strength, and yes, Juno is absolutely right because despite Legosi being a carnivore, he still has a lot of self hatred within himself, but it's that same strength that did good for the world. He actually put himself to use that carnivore strength, not to take a life, but to save a life. And that's something that shouldn't be overlooked by Legacy. Let's see. Their hidden potential shouldn't be praised. There's not a mite of splendor in it. He's not giving himself a lot of credit at all. Like he did all this. He saved her as a carnivore. Because remember in the subway tunnel when they were running away, when he was he was actually proud to be a carnivore in that moment. To actually show Haru like his strength, even if they were, his strength, even if it was just running fast. So there's kind of a double standard there of him being proud of it. I would know. Are you okay? Follow my lead. Carnivores have an established desire to help herbivores whenever they're in need. A simple feeling of sympathy. There's evidence to back that up. that's a okay. I don't think Juno realizes that, but that's actually a huge blow to Haru, because if you forgot, that's something that Haru absolutely despises. She absolutely despises being looked down upon and being viewed as helpless. So I'm pretty sure Juno's well intentioned in her speech here, and it wasn't a direct hit to Haru, but that actually hits hard. Like, that actually hits close to home for Haru in particular, quite a bit, and it's actually really significant for her character because Legosi is the only one that actually treated her with decency and respect. You know, as a as not just a herbivore, but as a friend, friend first, right? So that's a real low blow, even if she doesn't realize what she's doing. So, and now that she said this, right? It's not just applying to Legosi; it's applying to all carnivores, right? That they will actually want to use their strength to help, herbivores that are in need. It's their want to do good. That is, of course, the fact that he didn't save her for his own personal self-interest, and that is absolutely wrong, right? Legosi did it to satisfy his own ego, and I think, no, no, no. Okay, Juno's actually being a bitch right here because she actually knows. Legosi even told her that he saved her to, like, sure, she's his friend, but he actually saved her to satisfy his own ego, and Juno knows that. And Legosi even's like, she's bullshitting. That is wrong. That's so wrong. And it was very personal too personal even. So this is just manipulation right here, straight up. She's trying to manipulate Legoshi via the crowd, right? Public perception of those two. She's trying to manipulate that. And Haru here, she has that face. She's like, "What is with that girl?" And doesn't Legosi look kind of unhinged? Right? So Haru's catching on to what she's doing. She's being bullied right now. This is what bullying looks like. It's so low key and shady, but this is bullying. And she doesn't even have to say a word to Haru, right? She's gonna let the crowd do the work for her. I see what she's doing here. That's incredible. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful sight. Those wolves may be young, but they're incredible. That is absolutely nuts. See, look, it's fun to hate. Like, I like Juno, but I hate Juno. Like, I feel like this is adding layers to her character because I said it before. How Juno is at her absolute best when she is dominating. And it doesn't have to be physical. Legosi's at his best when we finally get to see him let loose and cut loose, like, physically. But Juno, she's playing the mind games here. This is psychological warfare on both Legosi and Haru. I think that's really awesome, despite how messed up it is. And it's a great contrast, like, with Louis as well, because mind you, Louis wins battles through his words, right? And Juno's pretty much doing the same thing right here, and it's playing tricks on the mind by influencing the crowd, and undoubtedly it's gonna have an effect on Haru. The carnivores started clapping first. The sound of clapping drowned out the sound of the sharp claws hitting against each other. Eventually, the herbivores clapped with them. Great, so cool. I'm happy right now, Legosi. Ever since I was a little pup, I've wanted to make the world a better place little by little. Hey everyone, it's time for the light ceremony. Please pair up into males and females and light a candle. Oh, Legosi, let's go down and light a candle together. What? Hey! This is something that lovers do. We'll be misunderstood. And we'll stand out too much. We won't be misunderstood, Legosi. A carnivore's strength can't shine where there's no light. Don't you understand? We need to support each other. Aw, man, okay. That's so bad. Because, look, Legosi doesn't like Juno like that. Right? And she's trying to force him to do something he doesn't want to do. This is a relationship that Legosi doesn't want. If he, like, say if he didn't meet Haru, sure, he'd be open to it and he'd just go about life like, as expected of them, within the norms of that their society established, But this is just cruel what she's doing, right? Because her belief system is just being validated by the crowd, and it's not being challenged at all right now. Public perception is in their favor just because they're the same species. Now imagine if Haru was up there, right? That would be looked upon some type of way with disdain. That's like an elephant being with a mouse. It's not natural and it's not right, and it'd be looked down upon, I'm pretty sure. And now she's trying to force them into being lovers by lighting this candle. Mind you, that hurts because remember how Haru, she wanted she figured that Louis wouldn't even ask her to the light ceremony, right? And to see these two together like that man, the emotions that's probably going through her right now. We need to support each other. That's what she says. She doesn't want to ruin like her public image right now. I hope Legosi doesn't light that damn candle. All right. When you're off fighting society alone in the darkness, you're the only one who suffers. You'll be feared and hated and overwhelmed by your own strength. I don't want to see you that way. Come to the light with me. Okay, so I like the contrast here because I'm thinking back to chapter 1. Legosi is the type of character, like it's been established since chapter 1. He even said to himself he likes tragedies, right? And I think this is a callback and an echo to that. Legosi is a guy who's at his best when he operates in the shadows, subtly. Not like what Legosi's doing, because Legosi's never fought his battles in the light. He's always fought his battles very discreetly. And it's been shown since chapter 1 that Legosi will take on things like he's not obligated to take on, like such as passing on a letter to his dearly departed friend, and seeing his last wishes through to the end. And that speaks volumes about his character there. Well, that spoke volumes about his character, past tense. So this isn't Legosi's style, this isn't his way, and this isn't what he wants. He wants to be with Haru, and Juno's not Haru. Maybe in another life they would have made a perfect couple. I still think they would, but this is a character-driven story, right? And the choice to be with Juno just because she asked him to, that's not a Legosi move. So let's see what he does. Haru's not there anymore. Who's looking for her? Yeah, I'm not gonna see those two lighting a candle together, so she just up and left. That Juno sure is devious. I thought bullies could never get to me anymore, but what she did really stung. They look so good together. The townsfolk clap for them even though they don't know anything about them. Right? See? So it did affect Haru, and she did notice it. Public perception is in their favor. The societal norms that have been established, it's in their favor, because that's how it should be, right? A gray wolf with a gray wolf. And where does Haru fit into that? I need to distance myself from them, so I don't have to ruin it for everyone else. I don't have the right to have Legosi all to myself. It's that simple. Yet, Haru! Haru, it's dangerous. Look how Legosi is. And, hold on, before I continue, I like it's so hard to miss, but Haru Itagaki has really come into her art style. Look how beautiful everything looks. From the cityscape to the detail on the walls right here. This is a special chapter for a number of reasons. I can already tell, but look just how beautiful everything looks. It really captures the mood and the lighting of the candles that are around them, right? And notice how Legosi says that. How she says, come back to the light with me, right? And how Gino's literally framed in the light. Legosi looks to the shadows, and that's where he goes. he's not alone there because look who's there. It's Haru. But anyway, back to Legosi's face right here. He's like, "Hey Haru, it's dangerous to walk alone at this hour. Why does he always have to make things so complicated?" I love this face he's making. I love both their faces. And just look at the detail with everything. The shading, the lights. Ah, that's sad. But it's deserved. That's what she gets. But he left her at the Meteor Festival alone. That's I can't help but feel for Juno because she really wanted it. But at the same time, that's what's brilliant about it. Like you feel bad for Juno, but at the same time, like there are always consequences to when relationships in this. I noticed that whenever a relationship is kind of forced in this show, there's consequences for it. Characters are often punished for it. Like back when what's his name? Uh, back when Legosi tried to confess with Haru for the first time, when he had a tissue in his nose, it was met by interruption and literally Haru getting kidnapped by the Shishigumi. Although that was for plot reasons, but still, I still count it. Then there was the time in the Love Hotel when they tried to have sex when they clearly were not ready for that because of their own instincts. Legosi could have easily eaten Haru, but Haru has her own instincts, and it was literally interrupted by Haru despite her will for it, something she had no control over. Right? That was another punishment. And now Juno trying to force a relationship on Legosi that he doesn't want. Her punishment, being left alone, surrounded by people who have somebody. That's Juno's punishment right there. And I like how it goes full circle. Oh, and I completely forgot about Louis. He was probably like dead by now, but I guess his punishment. Wait, come to think of it, Louis didn't really force anything on anyone. If anything, he shied away from relationships. And all that did was just make him more isolated and alone than ever. To the point where he just wanted to kill himself in the end. So this is just brilliantly done. Beastars is very subtle, and it's easy to forget certain things, but I think that's a theme of the show. I mean the series. I mean. Anyway, back to Haru and Legosi. What are you doing? Did you leave her out there to dry? Didn't you hear all that crap? All that clapping? You two are perfect couple. What? Jeez, you're so stupid. Okay, look, I'll give you back your uniform, but I have to wash it first because it's all sweaty, so just leave me alone. Maybe it's just me, but I get the feeling that deep down she's actually happy I went after her. Aww. She's just my junior from drama club. We're both gray wolves, but I think she got the wrong idea about me. I've got a really dark personality, so I think I'll always have the same worries whether I'm in the limelight or not. I'd rather stay out of the limelight, like I always have been. See, freaking love it. I freaking love it. Character-driven stories are the best. Him staying there, like I said before, him staying there, that's not a Legosi thing to do. So if I'm gonna have the same worries and bring you into the picture, then I think it'll be worth it, you know? He's talking weird, but I've been so bad for you. You almost got killed by the Shishigumi, and if I seriously hurt you because of some girl trouble, I wouldn't be able to take it. Didn't I hurt you back at the hotel yesterday? Well, I think everyone experiences trouble with that. Well, she's talking about when she tried to get thrown into Legosi's mouth. She tried to literally have Legosi eat her. And no, Legosi, I don't think people have trouble like that. But it was his first time, and nothing happened, so yeah. That's awkward. I don't think so. He doesn't get it, and that's why she has that face. What I did was so surreal. I tried to get eaten by you. Yeah, that was pretty surreal. He's laughing. I like how he has a sense of humor about this. Not everything has to be doom and gloom, right? It's good to have a sense of humor about certain things and just be able to laugh about it, you know? We can laugh about it because we're gonna work on it anyway. That's the most healthiest way to go about something. The world is only gonna see you as a wolf before a male, and me a rabbit before a female, forever. Preconceived notions is the killer here. Preconceived notions is what was plaguing Haru, and preconceived notions is what isolated Legosi. So to tell you the truth, when you were being abducted by the Shishigumi, I felt like I had my prey taken away. Yes! Thank you. He's finally telling her. Like, he told her what happened during that night. Um, During the night, he met her. You know, he attacked her and he tried to eat her. But now, Legosi, he's come so far. He feels he could tell Haru anything because what they've been through. They have the rapport with each other and the respect to understand one another now, to see eye to eye. And notice how Haru's framed, right? Let's go back. Haru's the one who's taken the high ground here, right? Legosi, because previously, Legosi's the one that's always been towering over Haru, right? And at this moment, Legosi's the one who's at the bottom now, right? And he's opening up to her. He's the vulnerable one in this situation. And it's framed perfectly right now because he's opening up again about how he really felt about the whole situation. Alright, so let's continue. I'll tell you the truth. When you were abducted by the Shishigumi, I felt like I had my prey taken away. That's why I was nervous and confused. I wasn't sure why I wanted to save you, but now I am. I will never eat you. Stop it. How can you say that? I was getting to that part. Don't cut me off. Is she running? The more Legosi acts honest around me, the more my emotions start to overflow. In the first place, there's no guarantee that a wolf can't ever eat a rabbit. We can't be together. I really hate this pain. I'd rather be eaten by you now than keep on suffering like this. Maybe there is no guarantee, but I've got a simple reason. Why? Okay, I love this. Because this is a callback to the chapter they first met. You know, when he tried to eat her. Legosi he's not suppressing himself anymore. I mean, he is. He still has those instincts. That hasn't changed, right? But the thing about Legosi is he's more self-aware and he's acknowledging it now, right? Because you can't change yourself, right? Unless you have awareness of yourself. You acknowledge your flaws and you do something about it, right? That's what's happening here, and it's so respectful to these characters. I actually love to see that. I love to see growth. Haru's kind of a strange case, and she's kind of a strange case, but Legosi, Haru is kind of a strange case because she has that self-awareness already. She feels like a more complete character, in a sense, but Legosi's the one that's actually struggling, and he's growing because of it. Okay, so continuing on. This echoes back to the chapter they first met, right? Instead of chasing Haru to eat her, right? Legosi's the one that's vulnerable in this situation. Because when you open yourself up to tell a person how you really feel, you're opening yourself up to hurt and to be denied, right? To rejection, right? Because there's one of two ways this can go. She accepts him for how he is, or she denies him. But this is a character-driven story, and Haru's already accepted Legosi. And I'm pretty sure Haru's starting to grow feelings for Legosi as well. Because she didn't have them before, because, you know, her relationship with Louis, her complicated relationship with Louis, but she's starting to get them now just because she's starting to acknowledge Legosi and his strength and that he really does care about her. And this is just being cemented. So now, the more Legosi acts honest around me, the more my feelings start to overflow. He's been nothing but honest. Well, actually, no, that's not true. He's starting to be honest now. So Legosi has a simple reason. Haru XY, and it's because I love you. My man, he actually said it, the mad lad. And look how this is framed. This is a beautiful shot of these two characters right here. Like, downstairs, I said downstairs. Well, I guess literally downstairs. Look how, alright, so let's go back to the Meteor Festival here. This is superficial, right? The Meteor Festival, the light show right here, the lighting of the candles. This is to the supposed, this is false light, right? This is just superficial. Because remember how this arc started with everyone getting hyped over summer because of, you know, love happens in the summer, right? But how many breakups end once summer ends, right? It's because they're surface level and they're superficial, but this is real. And it shows, right? Look how compared to everything else, this is natural. This isn't the artificial. This is something they've both struggled for and they've had to work for. And look at Legosi's arm, right? This is the same way how it's like the same scar that Legosi gave Haru in the beginning of the show. Not the show, the freaking, I'll get to the show. But in the beginning of the manga. And I think that's a nice callback to them being they're both vulnerable now. It's not just one, it's not one-sided. That's what I'm getting at. This is their light ceremony right here, where Legosi finally confesses his true feelings and he is vulnerable. Whereas in reverse, it was Haru that was the one that was vulnerable before. Like, they're both being vulnerable, but just in a different context, in a different light, literally. and it's quite beautiful. And I like scenes like this, panels where it's just silence, where he says his words, he says his piece, and they just take a moment. The town over the hill, Haru, does not look as pretty as it used to. And he says that because Legosi has first-hand experience of the realities of the world they live in now, of what goes on in the ghetto. I mean, my bad, that got retconned. The back alley market, right? He knows that it's not going to be easy. This city, this is their society, right? And their society isn't just going to accept them, because it's unnatural for a wolf and a rabbit to be together. Like, by all intents and purposes, that shouldn't work. But screw that. This is Legosi's story, and he's not going to let society dictate him and tell him what can and cannot work. He's going to fight for Haru like he has. And what's Haru's response to this going to be? The town on over the hill does not look as pretty as it used to. I'll get stronger. I won't let this society or my feral instincts get the better of me. I want to make you happy, which is why I'll get stronger. Yes. Legosi recognizes it. Alright, so in the beginning of the story, the main conflict that Louis had with Legosi is that Legosi was always suppressing himself. He wasn't being the carnivore Louis knew he could be. Right? And the whole point, he even said it was like after the stage flight. The whole point of the Adler play was to show the theme of it was to show life for what it is, which is one big struggle being represented right here, right? To show life for what it is and to act with resolve and conviction. And this is Legosi's resolve right here. His resolve to get stronger so he can make Haru happy. Right? And he's vowing right now, he's not going to let society overcome him, and he's going to master himself. Because let's not forget, sure, he says he loves her, but that doesn't change the fact that they are both like two different entities, two separate people with their own problems they have to work through. Legosi still has the instinct to freaking eat Haru because she's a herbivore. His killer instinct, his predatory instincts, they're still there. That doesn't get resolved. That doesn't get absolved just because he decided to love somebody, right? Just as Haru, Haru decide. Well, I'm not sure if she loves Legosi yet. I'm pretty sure that's being implied, or she's learn. Actually, no. I'm pretty sure what's being implied is she's learning to love Legosi. She's not there quite yet. Because let's not forget, she still has issues she has to deal with Louis, who I'm pretty sure is dead by now. Actually, no. I haven't seen a body, so I'm pretty sure he's alive. We got left off on a cliffhanger with that. But, but like I was saying, he's vowing to master himself, right? To be better than what he was born as. That's his potential. And notice how Legosi, how he's slumped over right here. He's kind of like always like crouched over, like a predator. Here, he's standing straight up as a man. Because that's his resolve, to act with conviction and resolve. That's what Beastars is about. Even if the odds are against you and society is against you, this is what you do for what you believe in. And this is what Legosi believes. And I like how Haru, she hears his words, right? And you see how she reaches for his hand right here? And you would think that she would hold his hand, right? But no, she pulls her hand back, and she doesn't hold his hand. This is a respectful moment for Legosi. Because if Legosi's going to be strong for Haru, then Haru has to be strong for Legosi. The light ceremony made for couples was just a small light compared to the chaotic city, and yet it shined gently over the buildings. I love this. This is absolutely. I'm gonna read it again. So I won't let this society or my feral instincts get the better of me. I want to make you happy, which is why I'll get stronger. And Haru says, I'll wait for you. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And it makes sense for Haru as a character, right? I won't say she loves Legosi quite yet. She's still learning. Even though she has it figured out, she has it figured out in bed. No doubt, right? Haru's a freak. But she's still learning what it's like to truly be loved. To love and be loved. So her character, it's mature, but it's not complete yet. There's still things she still has to experience, and this is one of them. And Haru's been fighting all her life since she was born, right? This is a different type of fight. To fight for a relationship that you believe in, where society is literally going to be against you. But she said she'll wait for him. Oh wow, that's the end. This was a really good chapter. Chapter 47. I'll rate this chapter 10 out of 10 because it echoed the sentiments that they had at the beginning of the series, and it came full circle. Sure, their arc isn't quite complete yet because they still have to grow as people, and Legosi still has to master himself, and Haru still has to learn a couple things about herself as well. Because notice how she didn't say I love you too, right? She never said it. She does it because she does, and I believe it's because she doesn't truly love Legosi yet. Like, she's starting to come to terms with her feelings and grow feelings for him, but she's not there quite yet. And Beastars does an excellent job with taking its time with the material. Because relationships just don't happen in a snap. It takes work and it takes effort, right? And these two, they've got a long way to go. But that's all I gotta say about that. Beautiful chapter. Love the art, love the style, love the scenery. I love the themes coming full circle. It is a treasure to be reviewing this series. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. I like talking about it. So, that's the end. Comment, rate, subscribe. I will see you during the next arc, chapter 48. See you then.